Well, I'm very sad that a woman so strong, a woman who has lived her life on her own principles, at her own, uh, the lady is gone. And I think her contribution towards the struggle of democracy is immense, and nobody can deny what she has done for the struggle of democracy, how much sacrifices and services she has rendered to ensure that people have their right to vote, people have their right to represent themselves. And although she came from a very, very well-to-do family where women used to have a very comfortable life, but she opted to go for a life which was more harder, more harsher than people of her class would ever think. And I remember at that time, nobody's wife would come into politics and support her husband openly in the public. She was perhaps the only one who came out so openly, who struggled hard, who came on the roads, take out possession, lead the people, and nobody could cow her down. I remember, I think nobody can forget that picture when she was with a group of PPP women, and in the Gaddafi Stadium, the police baton charged her, and she was injured, she was hurt, and but yet nothing could stop her. She was a symbol of sacrifices. She was a symbol of struggle. She was a symbol of service to democracy. And Nusrat Bhutto's place can never be overshadowed by anybody else's services.
Absolutely, and she was quite a champion of women's rights as well. I believe she solidified the formation of a women's wing of the People's Party. She was the first woman to do that.
No doubt. She was the one who formed the women's wing. She was the one who structured the women's wing. And she encouraged women to come more and more into politics. And I think it is the seeds that she has sown, which is now giving fruits. And all those women that you see in the assembly have one way or the other been connected to her and who had worked with her. Well, Begum Nusrat Bhutto was a woman that I think she was an inspiration to many generations, and she will continue to be an inspiration to many, many generations to come.
Absolutely. Now, Ms. Wahab, what do you think will be the effect of her demise on the People's Party and its followers and the loyalists?
Well, since she was a woman of principle and she was a woman who always followed a certain discipline, all those who had worked with her know what her priority would be. And we know her priority is the People's Party. Her priority would be the continuation of Bhuttoism, and we will follow the principles that she had laid down before us.
Absolutely. Ms. Wahab, what can you tell us about the details of her demise? We believe that she was suffering from Alzheimer's for several years and that she was in a coma also for many years and under treatment in Dubai.
She was in a state of, in a coma, yes, you may call it, but she was suffering from dementia. And initially nobody knew what was happening. Nobody realized that this is a disease that she has developed. And this all started with the one beating, the baton charge that she had received, the injuries that she had received in Lahore. Remember? That
Yes.
was, I think, 1978. And that injury was the basis of her ailments, and this is how her diseases started. But the diagnosis is that she was suffering from dementia.
And Ms. Wahab, what news do we have from the family? Is her body being brought to Pakistan, and when is there any news as to when the funeral may be held?
I think it's too early for me to make any comment. Let the presidential spokesperson to come out on it, and let the family decide something. As far as my information is concerned, the president is not yet back from the World Economic Forum that he had gone there. He was in Jordan. And the children are all doing their studies in England. So we have to wait, and after a few hours, I think we will know what the program would be.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your views on this, Ms. Wahab, and for joining us. That was Ms.